William, last-ditch effort. On a rainy morning in Los Angeles, Prince Harry sat alone in his private home, dim light shining through the large windows of the living room. Even though he had been away from England for many years, memories of his family, the throne, and royal ceremonies were still inseparable from him. Harry, who had chosen a peaceful life, far from the royal spotlight, sometimes felt lost and lonely. However, he always knew that, if needed, his family would be his only support. Harry had just opened a favorite book when his phone suddenly rang. A name appeared on the screen that he did not expect: William. He looked at the phone, a strange feeling welling up. He did not think that his brother, whom he had not been in contact with for a while, would call him at this time. Harry hesitated for a few seconds before answering the call. "Harry." William's voice rang through the speaker, cold but decisive. "Do you have a moment?" Harry took a deep breath, sensing the seriousness in William's voice. "Of course, William," he replied. "What is it?" There was a long silence, as if William was choosing his words carefully. Finally, he said, "We need to talk. It's now or never." William's words were like a slap in the face to Harry. He couldn't help but be surprised because, despite their differences, the brothers had always found a way to talk to each other. But the words, now or never, had a very different meaning. Harry sensed a tension in the air, something waiting. "What are you talking about, William?" Harry asked, trying to keep the worry out of his voice. William sighed, then said firmly, "This is our last chance to work things out, Harry. You knew this was coming. I didn't want to say this over the phone, but it's urgent. You have to get back to London right away. There's an important meeting." Harry was surprised. He couldn't understand why William was so urgent. All he knew was that their relationship had never been the same after all the rifts in the royal family. Harry had decided to live a separate life in America, away from the turmoil and endless arguments. But now, the determination in his brother's voice made him think. "What do you want me back for?" Harry asked, his voice a little dry. William was silent for a moment, as if trying to find an explanation. Finally, he said, "It's about the royal family. We can't keep avoiding it. There are important decisions coming up and we need to face them together. Otherwise, things will spiral out of control." Harry felt a wave rising in his heart. He knew that things had long since gotten out of hand, but being faced with decisions that were life and death for the royal family made him feel confused. Even though he had chosen his own path, there was still a part of him that couldn't shake off his responsibility to his family. "William, I don't know," Harry said, his voice a little weak. "It's been so long. We're not the same anymore. I'm not sure I can participate in those decisions anymore." William continued, not giving Harry a chance to refuse. "I understand that. But we have to do this for ourselves, for the family and for the country. If we don't act now, things will spiral out of control, and no one can predict the consequences. I need you, Harry. This is not personal anymore, this is our responsibility." There was a long silence between them. Harry could feel the tension in William's voice, and though he didn't want to admit it, he knew he couldn't refuse. They were both at a crossroads in their lives, and despite the misunderstandings and the hurt, this couldn't be ignored any longer. "Okay," Harry sighed, determination slowly creeping into his voice. "I'll go, but only for you. We'll have to face it once and for all." William was silent for a moment, as if he had expected this answer. "Thank you, Harry. I know you don't want to force me, but time's up. We'll see you tomorrow at Buckingham." The call ended abruptly, and Harry stood there, in a whirlwind of emotions. He knew that returning to London would be a major turning point. He couldn't imagine what was coming, but one thing was clear: the royal family's struggles were never ending, and this might be their last chance to mend things. The next day, Harry boarded the plane, his heart heavy, not knowing what lay ahead. As he set foot on British soil, the cold London air seemed to touch his soul, stirring up nostalgia for the old days when things were simpler and the royal family was a symbol of unity. But now, everything was different. He was no longer just a prince, but a man facing important decisions, choices that could change the future of his family. That evening, when he met William at Buckingham Palace, they didn't say much, but their eyes said it all. This was their last chance to do something important together, or they would forever lose the chance to mend their broken relationships. What would happen next? No one knew, but Harry and William had decided, it was now or never. Quote,